The Canaday Group presents RE/MAX Fine Homes, Luxury Living in Orange County, with your host, Lee Ann Canaday.
Good morning, Southern California, and I'm here to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Also, I'm here to show you our open houses and our Matterport three-dimensional tours. So let's move on to those. How about putting the sign right over there, Christy?
Hi, I'm Lee Canaday with the Canaday Group RE/MAX Fine Homes. Welcome to our open house.
Hope you saw something in our open houses or on our Matterport tours that you would like to come visit. And if it's not open and you saw it, give us a call and we will schedule a private tour just for you. Now, let's move on to our coming soons, our new listings, and just some fabulous properties. Now it's time for our market update on San Juan Capistrano, one of your favorite cities, right?
It is, especially if you go into the downtown area. So many beautiful lights. You see people walking around, just enjoying the holiday spirit. So if you haven't visited San Juan Capistrano, I highly recommend you get to know it. It's really, really nice. Plus, you get a lot of real estate for a very, very good price.
Per foot, yes, for sure.
Yeah, so this week the median list price for San Juan Capistrano is a little below 2.2 million. The price per square foot is 642. The properties are staying in the market for an average of 85 days. There's 27 properties that are active right now, and there was 20 sold listings in the last 30 days.
That's a good ratio.
Yeah.
Inventory to sold properties. So they're selling quickly and they're just not staying on the market long, right?
Yes,
That's
yes.
great.
Very healthy market in San Juan Capistrano, and I suggest you stop by and take a look at some of our listings. We have one in Pepper Tree Bend right now.
Yeah, we've got some great properties. So thanks, Bonnie, for coming on, and goodbye.
Have a good day.
So here we are with Candy Babcock for another episode of Lattes with Lee Ann. Today it's Waters with Lee Ann, Canaday Group Waters, in fact. But anyway, we're going to talk again, and we've done this in the past, but things have changed a little bit, and it's actually getting pretty easy around here. We're lucky here, right?
Yes, we are.
So we're going to talk about the new fire laws and the defensible space rule and how that comes into play when you sell your home and all those things. So maybe you can talk a little bit about what you're seeing in the industry regarding that, because I know you've made it real easy for us to take care of our jobs, and thank you for that.
My pleasure. Actually, it started about 2 years ago, and this was the Senate Assembly Bill 38. What this bill required is that any sale of residential property in the state of California, you need to have a defensible space inspection if the property is determined in one of two zones, either the high fire severity zone or the very high fire severity zone. Now, in the past, back at the beginning of time with natural hazard disclosures, the only thing you really needed to disclose was the very high fire severity zone. Because of the tremendous amount of wildfires now it's very high as well. And if the property is determined to be in one of those two zones, you have to have a defensible space inspection done by the fire department. And I know it's a little crazy around a lot of the state, but I have to tell you, here in Orange County, we are so lucky getting this done. We have basically the Orange County Fire Authority does most of the inspections, but then we have our smaller towns like Laguna Beach. They have their own fire department. Newport Beach has their own fire department. Fullerton does. And from what I've heard from all of my agents, they have been phenomenal with getting out there and getting these inspections done. And everybody kind of freaks out about this, but seriously, there's
not us. No. You've helped us. You've trained us. We're good. We're happy.
Seriously, and I have so many agents like you who take the bull by the horns and get this stuff taken care of up front. And that makes all the difference in the world. Now, for example, if it is defensible space, if you call for a defensible space inspection, okay, You want to make sure that the seller understands that what the fire department is looking for is dead or dying vegetation, tree limbs that are too close to the property, any of this stuff that would be a fire hazard. And 9 out of 10 times, I mean, you mow the lawn, you trim the trees, and you pull out the dead and dying vegetation, and you're done. And if the fire department has to come back, they have to come back. And whether or not they charge for that, I honestly don't know, but I know that they don't charge for the original defensible space inspection.
So far, we've never been charged, not in Newport Coast, which is Newport Beach, not in Laguna. So, I mean, those two are really...
They've been good.
They've been good.
Yeah.
So that's where we've seen the most of it, because we have a lot of hills all around, you know, with natural vegetation. Exactly. Whenever you have natural vegetation, that tends to be a fire hazard.
And they are going to be dead and dying at one point in time. And
like
that's why
summer.
they need to keep, yeah, exactly. And with no rain like we've had, it makes it even worse. But it's just, like I said, you always take the bull by the horns and do all of this information up front, because one of the other considerations, people really need to think about this. If you don't come back and, let's say you're in a high fire severity zone, and then you get your defensible space inspection done and you get your certificate that the property is okay, the next step is going to be insurance. Now, I can't talk to insurance, but I've heard some nightmare stories with either having the hardest time getting it, or number two, what the cost of it is. So those are considerations that you have to keep in mind when those determinations come back as well in one of those two zones.
Right. We haven't had any bad things happen with that yet, but that's always an issue where we'll have a listing and the buyer and buyer's agent do nothing about insurance. We're going, you gotta get your insurance, you gotta get your insurance, and finally they do, but it can be too late sometimes. So yeah, you've gotta be more...
Definitely proactive like you are.
Right, proactive. I was gonna say aggressive, but that's the wrong word. Totally, it's proactive. You've gotta take care of things in advance for sure.
You do. Right. And especially in this atmosphere now when we've had no rain, we're in a drought situation, and the insurance companies are tough.
Yes.
So talk about aggressive.
Well, I think they're tough because they've just been hit really hard in Northern California.
Yes.
So we're suffering the ramifications of their issues.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just, we're very lucky here in Orange County. We have the Orange County Fire Authority. We haven't had any bad fires. We're just lucky.
We are.
I know people I've heard nightmare stories where it could take 8 to 12 weeks in other parts of the state to get a defensible space inspection. Ours are getting done in 24 to 48, maybe 1 day more hours, which is phenomenal.
LA, I heard, is tough. Yeah, you really, if you have a house in LA,
move to the OC.
Move to Orange County. We're much better living down here anyway, right? Well, thank you again for coming. We always enjoy having you on our show. And then if something else comes up where you think we ought to tell the people about it, you give me a call.
You bet I will. Okay. Anytime. Thank you, Leanne.
Thank you. Bye. Welcome to Villa Pepper Tree, and this is the most amazing estate home. As you can see behind me, the ceilings are really, really high. You could have put another whole level of home on this home just with the ceiling height alone. They've got to be in certain rooms like 35 feet tall. It's incredible volume, something that really makes every room feel spacious. This almost 9,500 square foot estate home that's fully gated on 1 acre of land with spectacular views from almost every room. Actually has 7 bedrooms. The family living upstairs has 4 bedrooms, the master and 3 others, and the lowest level is for guests. If you're someone who has a lot of guests come and stay, people come from another part of the country or part of the world, then the downstairs they would have their own area. There are 3 bedrooms down there, 4 baths, a big bonus room, and a little kitchenette, plus a sauna and a swimming pool. So the game room down there would act as a living room for your guests and a game room for your pool parties. The home is on the main living area is very user-friendly. It has a big, giant, formal living room in which I am standing, a fabulous, giant library, enough for 2 people to work as their library or office. It has a double family room with the kitchen attached, and the kitchen comes equipped with 2 dishwashers, 4 ovens of one sort or another, and it's got a beautiful breakfast room adjacent, and all of those rooms have incredible views. Off of the kitchen and with a butler's pantry and walk-in pantry adjacent is a wonderful formal dining room with really high ceilings and spectacular views. So this home is a must-see, and it's more than a home. It's truly an estate. Now it's time for our market update on Costa Mesa, and you've got some great news for us on Costa Mesa, right? Mm-hmm. Good. This is Matt, by the way. I know you remember him from before, but we'll still give you the name again.
Thank you. Yeah, Matthew Cephas. We're here reporting from Newport Beach on Lido Island. And if you like Newport Beach, I'm going to give the market report on Costa Mesa, a city in close proximity. And the median home price in Costa Mesa is just under $1.5 million. And the current price per square foot is at $760. The average days on market is around 82 days. And the current inventory we have is 32 available homes. And sold listings in the last 30 days is at 21 homes.
Great. Well, that's good information, Matt. And I know you're also working on some duplexes in that area because there are a lot of them, right? Mm-hmm. Duplexes, triplexes, absolutely, because of the DST seminar we have coming up, right? Absolutely. So you're talking to all those owners. So that's great. Thank you so much for the update, and goodbye. Well, this is probably the best view in Newport Beach. Right across from the Cannery Restaurant and the Blue Water Grill, my favorite, just because my friend owns it, and with views of the entire coastline to Palos Verdes through 2 channels of water. So one channel that feeds the restaurants and another channel that goes all the way from Lido and then under the Lido Bridge. All of this you can view from pretty much any room in this fabulous condominium. And the building itself is amazing as well because it has concierge service. It's just an incredible building and probably the best view in the building. We just sold this unit in this 601 Lido Park building, and now it's going up for lease. And we will be leasing it in the next couple of months. And would you like to live here fully furnished? It would be very, very fun to enjoy these views and walking to everything, like those 2 restaurants I mentioned before. Plus, you can walk to Lido Marina Village with all sorts of other restaurants and shops, shopping, jewelry, clothes, everything you could want. So it's a fabulous building. It's going up for lease. It's an incredible view unit, and give us a call. Well, it's time for our market update again and again. We have Bonnie talking about Laguna Beach.
Yes.
And she's going to go over, of course, the median price range tag, the days on the market, the average price per foot, the amount of inventory, and the amount of solds all over the last month. So I know you have this memorized because you're such a good student of the business.
Thank you.
So please.
Okay, so this week for Laguna Beach, the median list price is right under 4.2 million. The price per square foot is $1,861. The average days on market are 113, and we have roughly around 85 properties in inventory right now. Ooh. And there was 14 sold listings in the last 30 days.
Oh, great job. So 85 in inventory, that number's up, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Such a good thing for the business, right?
Yes, well, exciting.
Yes, very exciting. Well, thank you, Bonnie, for coming on board and bringing us all the latest stats as usual.
Well, thank you for having me, and let's keep on getting some more listings for Laguna Beach.
That's right. With the Canaday group on it.
Yes, with the Canaday group.
Newsflash. Real estate is constantly changing. Oh my gosh, when I started real estate, I'm not even going to say how many years ago, we had a big book, and that's how we found out what the listings were, in this big phone book almost. Came out every week, and if you try to carry it around, you got like really large muscles. Yet now everything's online and very accessible. In fact, don't forget to go to the Canaday Group app, which Steve's going to show you below, because that way, if you use the Canaday Group app and you want to search for properties, you do not get your information sold. Places like Zillow and Trulia and Redfin, they sell your information, and they sell it over and over and over again, and they sell it to movers, to lenders, to realtors. They sell it to anyone that will buy it. So you're better off to go to my app, where you can search. It's a direct link to the IDX MLS feed. So it literally goes straight to the MLS, and it's a direct link, and nobody shares your information with anybody. So it is a fabulous tool. But let's go back to the changing. That's just one minor change. Social media is a huge change because we use information like, or apps or tools, let's call them tools, like AdWorks, Circle Picks, all sorts of Hootsuite, all sorts of mediums for getting a listing out there. I have 1,005 websites or www websites that I participate in, 1,005, sorry. Plus, I have 3 Chinese because you have to pay to play in China. So just websites alone is 1,008, and that's always going up. So the tools, the mediums, everything you use in real estate is constantly changing, as are the contracts. So it is just not a boring job. So make sure when you're dealing with a realtor, you deal with someone who knows what they're doing, and you deal with someone who's going to really get the news out about your property.
The Canaday Group is a dedicated team of agents and assistants. Under Lee Ann's leadership, this group has provided knowledgeable, professional service for decades. Let's take a look at a few recent successes for the Canaday Group and their clients. You can keep up with Lee Ann, RE/MAX Fine Homes, and the Canaday Group 24 hours a day for real estate and community news, tips for home buyers and sellers, and of course, the latest listings from Lee Ann and her team. Go to our website at CanadayGroup.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, Lee Ann's friendly professional team is always available to answer your questions. Call anytime at 949-249-2424.
Hope you enjoyed the show today. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next Saturday morning at 9 a.m. for more Canaday Group and RE/MAX Fine Homes. Also, don't forget to follow us on all our social media. It's really fun, and we're posting some really cool stuff. So follow us on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, and also subscribe to our YouTube station, so in case you miss a show, you can go right on and watch it there. We will see you again next Saturday morning for more Canaday Group and RE/MAX Fine Homes. Bye for now.
Walked in darkness, my home was a night. They came into my life, showed me brilliant light.